Hello and welcome back to Frog Boy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew and I want to talk about Starfield for a minute. A game we virtually know nothing about besides it's being made by Bethesda and that it's I'd say a pretty good chance that it's going to be Xbox exclusive. So, we first heard about Starfield back, oh gosh, what was it, like 2018 or something? Yeah, I don't remember exactly because it wasn't enough information to really get much out of him. I mean, aside from a few screenshot leaks and stuff, and like we really don't know much about this. But I mean, we could probably assume that it's Fallout in space, or maybe Elder Scrolls in space, which either way is probably gonna be pretty good. I mean, the pictures that I guess the leaked pictures, if they are the leaked pictures from it, I mean, it does look pretty cool. Um, but I mean, in the end, I mean, does it really matter if it doesn't go to PlayStation 5? I mean, Xbox bought Bethesda for a reason. Bethesda was going to sell, and it's a good thing that Microsoft bought them. Do I think that any Bethesda games going forward should go to PlayStation? No, I don't. I think that everything that Bethesda makes should go directly to Xbox Game Pass and, PC or whatever they do with it. Xbox, well, Bethesda was always mainly I mean, when they were starting out, they were more PC developer. They developed a lot more for PC. So, like, I really don't know much about Starfield, but I'm pretty sure, like, you got some industry leaders, like Jeff Grubb and everybody, saying, that Starfield is definitely going to be an Xbox exclusive. Um, if you're a PlayStation fan, you know, does that really matter? I mean, yes, it obviously matters because there's a lot of people on PlayStation that play a lot of Bethesda games. I was one of them. I used to buy a lot of Bethesda games on my PlayStation, so I know they're out there. I know that PlayStation fans are out there that would love to continue to play these games. Um, the simple thing is just buy an Xbox, man. Quit living in a one-sided. There's in this day and age, there's no reason. I mean, yes, Sony makes the best looking first party exclusives. And I mean they do have pretty good gameplay, but I mean when you really boil it down, I mean a lot of these games are basically eye candy. Like a lot, and that's just me saying because a lot of my favorite games and franchises from Sony are basically gone now. I mean, is Siphon Filter coming back? Are we going to get a new SOCOM anytime soon? Um, are we going to be getting any more MotorStorm games? Twisted Metal. I used to play that a lot. A lot of these games I just don't believe are coming back, which hurts Sony more than not getting Starfield. Starfield, basically everything Bethesda from this point forward is Xbox exclusive, and that's fine. We're just gonna if you're a PlayStation fan, you could buy an Xbox, or you can play these games in the cloud with a Game Pass subscription. I mean, think about it. If you're a PlayStation only guy, then you can definitely play these games like by buying an Xbox Series S and just getting Game Pass and playing them. I mean, yeah, you'll probably want that power of the Xbox Series X, but I'm warning you, once you buy an Xbox Series X, your PlayStation 5 is probably going to start collecting dust, especially if you get a Game Pass subscription. Oh my freaking gosh. We're 6 months into this generation already, and I've had my PlayStation for 2 months, my Xbox since day one. I don't, I really don't play my PlayStation. I mean, I turned it on. I got through Miles Morales. I still haven't got through Demon Souls yet. I, I don't want to. I mean, Godfall just didn't hold my attention long enough. Returnal, I feel like that game's kind of broken right now, in my opinion. I haven't really played it much since, like a couple days after I bought it because of all the bugs and all the stuff that was like game breaking, and stuff. I'm probably gonna wait a little while before I try jumping back on that again, just because my initial experience with it was just not good. So I'm kind of just waiting on that. But I mean, if we're gonna sit here and obsess if Bethesda games are gonna come to PlayStation, like we all already know the answer to that. They are not coming to PlayStation. I don't think it's right for us to sit here and continuously stir that pot. Like I mean, it's great, that Microsoft put the money out to buy Bethesda to be able to make them exclusive games for Xbox. That's awesome. Like, it's about time that Microsoft has started, taking Xbox more seriously and backing them. Like, that's great for Xbox. Like, we need this competition to continue to strengthen the gaming community as a whole. Like, this is not a bad thing. This is a good thing. If you're that Bethesda games alone are worth owning a console for, in my opinion. I buy enough of them to where wherever they're exclusive, I will be in that ecosystem just because I like their games. I feel like I definitely get more playtime out of Bethesda games than I do my Sony first party games. So, in my opinion, wherever Bethesda games are going to be, that's definitely an ecosystem that you want to be a part of. So if you're sitting here throwing a fit because Starfield's not coming to PlayStation 5, that's just stupid. I'm not going to say that's stupid. I'm going to say that's kind of counterproductive, man. If you love playing video games and you love playing Bethesda games, yeah, it does kind of suck that you have to have two consoles now to play that, but gosh, dude, you're getting the best of both worlds. Not only are you going to be able to experience Bethesda games on the Xbox, but you're going to be able to play Halo. You're going to be able to play Forza Horizon, which that is an amazing racing game. Like, seriously, with Forza Horizon, I could probably get by if I never saw another Need for Speed again. Like, that's just, I mean, you get, and that's the thing. Like, I've been a Sony guy for so long, like always being a Sony first kind of guy, buying everything on PlayStation and everything like that. But just getting into the Xbox, and like actually buying more third party games for Xbox last generation, it like something clicked in there, like yes, Sony first party games are definitely worth owning a PlayStation 5 for. Just like now the Xbox owns Bethesda, Xbox first party games are a reason to own an Xbox. There's no shame in having both. Like, Xbox is not a bad console. It is not a bad like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I do like the community on Xbox just as much as I like the community on the PlayStation now. Like, I used to not really care about the whole multiplayer thing and stuff, but now that I'm into the Xbox ecosystem more than just a passive, because I used to only play like first party single player games on the Xbox. Like, I'd buy Halos and play them, but I never really got into the Halo until recently, until Reach. Reach is when I actually started liking the Halo. Most of the games I would play is, for Forza Horizon, stuff like that. but I mean, mostly my kids wanted Xboxes, so that was, that was the reason why we had the Xboxes. But I would play, some of the games that would come out on Xbox, the 360 generation. I was half in, half out. Like I didn't even I didn't even really start taking Xbox more seriously as a console, as like a, something that I would actually game on more until I until the Xbox One X came out. So that's when I basically started being more like leaning more toward Xbox when it comes to like third party games because of the more power. But now, like, now in hindsight, when I look back at that, like, that was the smartest move I ever made in my life, because Xbox has put in the effort to enhance and expand that experience for me, on my games that I've bought in their ecosystem, which is awesome. And Sony just does not really do that. I mean, we got the bare minimum when it comes to PlayStation's backward compatibility. We got basically the bare minimum. And that's been true with every PlayStation console that's had backwards compatibility. It's always been the bare minimum. Like, you can play it. I mean, with the PlayStation 3, like, how long did it take them to ditch that feature so that we couldn't no longer play PlayStation 2 games on there? Yeah, that really sucked. You had to have one of the early gen PlayStation 3s to be able to get that backward compatibility. I think it retained backward compatibility with PlayStation 1, but the PlayStation 2 was gone, after just a short while, which really sucked. So basically, if you're a gamer and you like Bethesda games, the only way you're going to be able to experience these going forward is if you buy into the Xbox ecosystem, which isn't a bad thing. Just in my 3.5 years now, or 4 years of of actually buying, third party games on the Xbox, that has been a good investment, because it has paid off in the long run. So I don't see a problem with having both systems, unless you literally can't afford them. That's a hard choice, man, because PlayStation first party games are pretty solid. They're usually pretty dang good. I mean, every now and then you get a whopper like 1886. I liked 1886. The Order 1886. I really did like that game. I thought it was great. I definitely wanted a sequel, but I doubt we're going to get that, because it didn't meet. That's what I hate about Sony lately, is just the way they drop games so quickly. It's kind of, yeah, dude, I want a SOCOM game so freaking bad that I don't know. I keep buying PlayStations in hopes that we're going to get a new SOCOM. For a while there was a bunch of rumors that, Guerrilla Games was working on one. That would be cool. I really wish they would bring back SOCOM and bring it back in a first person / third person gameplay, so that you could get both of that. I mean, even if they bring it back first person, I mean, that's fine. But yeah, so going forward, Bethesda games are Xbox, man. We're just gonna have to. I don't see any reason to keep kicking this horse. I don't see any reason to keep making a big deal about it. If you're a Sony guy, you're gonna have to buy an Xbox if you want to play Bethesda games. If you're an Xbox guy, hey man, we know, we know Xbox Bethesda games are Xbox now. It is what it is. Like, there's no reason to keep kicking a dead horse, and rise above what's been going, because yeah, just rise above it. I mean, be grateful that Xbox has the full backing of Microsoft, and they are going to continue to buy and get new games and new developers for us. I have a funny suspicion. I saw earlier, somebody talking about a rumor that PlayStation was going to buy Warner Brother Games. I'm pretty sure if anybody buys Warner Brother games, it's going to be Xbox. It's going to be Microsoft. I don't think they'll buy all of it, but I do think that they will be buying a pretty good portion of those. So I would expect NetherRealm to be Xbox here shortly. Um, maybe they'll get maybe they'll get the marketing rights for the Batman Arkham series and stuff like that. Maybe Lord of the Rings. Like this is another good fit for Xbox if you think about it. Warner Brothers, it's a pretty good fit for Xbox. They make content that Xbox is interested in developing more of. So I believe Xbox is probably going to be the best bet for that, and I believe that they would pay more than Sony would be willing to pay to get Warner Brothers. If anything, Sony might pay for some exclusivity games, like they have been, but yeah, buying them outright, Warner Brothers Gaming is just it's too big of a transaction for Sony to pony up the dough on that. But I would definitely be looking at Microsoft to be doing something or picking up some of Warner Brothers if they are for sale. But we don't know. Warner Brother Games is pretty. I think they're pretty profitable, but I could definitely see that going. I could definitely see Xbox buying that here shortly. I I wouldn't be surprised if we hear about it at E3. Um, pretty sure pretty sure Phil's got something up his sleeves, and there's been a lot going on in the last 6 months. Especially with COVID, to where I feel like that if there's any deals or mergers out there, we're gonna know about them pretty soon. I think we're gonna know about them in E3, and I think that you should probably expect some Warner Brothers news from Xbox, um, and possibly some Sega. I don't. Konami will probably go with Sony. I could see that they've got a pretty good relationship with them, and Sony is the market leader right now. So um, I could see Konami doing like something more in line with Sony, because I thought Konami said they were going to be at E3 this year, but then they backed out, so they're probably backing out to be a part of the PlayStation State of Play, and that would make sense if Sony is going to get like some kind of marketing deal with them for some of their IPs. That would be pretty cool, and I would definitely be looking into that. I mean, like this stuff really does interest me, mergers and stuff like that, especially in the video game industry. And with a heavy hitter like Microsoft actually back in Xbox now, and being willing to invest large sums of finance to acquire new studios and to outright buy whole companies. Yeah, I could definitely see another merger announced at E3, another big one like a Bethesda, and my money was probably going to be on Warner Brothers games or something like Sega. Yeah, I don't know if any of these Japanese companies would really sell to Microsoft. Maybe partner with them. I don't know if you're gonna see like a merger like a Bethesda, like Sega, and I don't know, but I mean Sega would be a good fit for Xbox, to tell you the truth. I mean, I really do think Sega would be pretty good fit for Xbox, um, or Nintendo even. But I don't think Nintendo's out there really looking to buy anybody. So I would definitely my money's probably on Warner Brothers games, especially with like the new the new things that they've got going on, and looking and rumors about them looking to sell like the studios and stuff. I could definitely see something like that happening here in the next Yeah, probably by E3 or the end of the year or something. I could definitely see something like that happening. Well, that's my little rant about Starfield and more mergers and stuff like that. And hopefully some of that comes true, so it's just not some old man rambling about stupid stuff that everybody's probably already thinking. But yeah, if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I really do appreciate all the subscribers that have subscribed. This channel is actually, in my opinion, it's grown faster than I thought it was going to, which is awesome. I really appreciate that. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.